Howdy, it's Jim Morado. And check out those cool little guys. I thought they looked great. We are at Irish Acres in Versailles, Kentucky. Pretty much Lexington. I think this is still kind of in the Lexington area. You're just kind of out in a little bit more of a rural setting. This is early June 2023, and this is kind of it's one of those old repurposed schoolhouses that they've kind of made into a nice antique and I guess home decor kind of place. And they've also got some jewelry up front. My wife has found a few pieces here that she likes. A lot of the antiques here are kind of high end, and they're displayed really nicely. And it's just nice going here to look around. And one thing that's really attractive about this place is in their basement, they have the Glitz. So I think this is often referred to as the Glitz at Irish Acres. And the Glitz is a really nice restaurant. We'll get to it more on the Glitz later, but it is definitely one of my favorite spots to eat in the state. It's definitely my favorite place to have a meal that does not serve burgoo. And in fact, I think it's safe to say this is probably just one of my favorite places to eat. Heck, on the whole planet. They've got good food. And it's a classy place. But we'll get there. One of the big benefits to coming here for a meal, part of the experience is you get here, we like to get here an hour early and just go look around at what they've got. It's just very fun. It's very nice, nicely laid out. Obviously, it's not crowded. And it's just a nice, calm, relaxing place to go to and look around. And then to enjoy a meal. I've seen some pretty cool bookends here before. I've also seen some cool art that I like a lot. I like how they've got stuff displayed in a room so you can kind of get an idea of what it might look like at your house. And they've got some cases with just some neat items. And it's just always fun checking this out. I know there is kind of a Christmas theme section. You've got the kind of Western art area here. And it's just always neat checking all this out. It's a nice ride out to Irish Acres too. Kind of just a nice rural drive, and we enjoy the drive out to this area too. Yeah, there's a little more look around there. They change their menu, I think, every 3 or 4 weeks. They pretty much serve the same thing, and it's a set price. And if you enjoy like a nice place to sit and have a really good meal, I think their price is actually very reasonable in my opinion. It's there's maybe 2 or 3 entree options, couple appetizer options, and 2 or 3 dessert options. So it's just a really neat place to come and eat. But like I said, we like to come here, look around at the antiques and cool stuff that they've got everywhere, and then when it's time for our reservation, we make our way to the basement. And it's a really cool, nicely decorated basement. You'll see here in just a moment. Always great service, always just a nice place to be. And I wanted to just put up a quick video about them while I was thinking about it. On this particular day, I had the spring potato soup, and my wife had a French cheese thing baked pastry. Yeah, you'll see it here shortly. And I had a jasmine rice bowl. She had a chicken capri croquette, if I'm pronouncing that right. And again, you'll see all that here momentarily. We're down in the basement now, getting ready to go in. You saw some other people there. And most people go here on a special occasion, and that's a very appropriate time to go here. This is a special place, and it's very unique. Just everything about it is unique. I like the way they've decorated down here. Kind of nice, and I wouldn't call it dark, but I would call it dimly lit. Feel free to pause. Right there's our menu. You can stop and look at the details if you'd like. But there's the menu. It's one of those seating areas. I think larger parties could go over there. 2 or 3 little side rooms where I guess there might be a little more privacy if you needed that. But just a nice, classy, relaxing place. Oh, they give that to you before your meal. It's called a refresher. It's like a nice spiced tea. And man, it is delicious. And there's my wife's appetizer, that French pastry cheese thing. And I had a bite of that. It was really good. And that was my soup. And I love, man, I love soup. Soup is like my favorite thing to eat ever. And they always do a good job on their soup here. And I like that a lot. But yeah, I've only discovered this place maybe a year ago, maybe a year or so ago. My wife would go here with some friends from work, and she said I had to go and I would love it, and she was right. I do love this place. And that was what she had. She loved it. It was great. Give you some bread and butter there before your meal. And of course you leave here feeling stuffed. You're not going to leave here wanting more. You are good and satisfied. That was my meal, by the way. It was great. I would definitely go back for that. And by the way, after I kind of pieced this video together, we went back again a few weeks later with some another couple, and there's our menu for our second trip. Again, feel free to pause that and check that out. But here's just a few things that we enjoyed again at the Glitz, and oh, by the way, that soup was great. Oh my gosh. Keep in mind, I didn't use a flash, so this, I'm sure this food is a little more colorful if you get a better look at it, but I did not use a flash. But this food was all delicious. Everybody was happy. Oh man, yeah, I had that this time. The shrimp stuff is great. One of our friends had not been there before, and he was really, really impressed. In fact, we have planned a trip to go back with him again here in about a month. So I'm looking forward to that. But I love the Glitz. This is probably my favorite restaurant in the state. Oh, and they have great coffee too. I know some places don't get their coffee right. They absolutely do. And they brought out a non-dairy creamer for me, which was great. And that's their signature dessert that I have to have every time, and it is just perfect. Yeah, the Glitz at Irish Acres, Versailles, Kentucky. Have you been there? If you haven't, you need to go. This place is just ridiculously perfect.